निहारिका तू मेरा बच्चा है, बजरंगी भाईजान जाएंगे, आप चिंता न करो।
ग्रेटर नोएडा, ग्रेटर नोएडा, ग्रेटेस्ट नोएडा। Pop it, lock it, polka dot it, country fire, then hip hop it. Put a hawk in the sky, side to side, jump to the left, stick it, glide.
What are you saying?
Yes. Do you know he learnt English by watching Friends, the sitcom? I was into Taylor and Rebecca Black. I loved her. And Avril Lavigne.
Just couldn't stop smiling watching that rotating closet, watching that Malibu beach.
Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Casually Obsessed. This is your favorite pop culture podcast जहाँ हम हर चीज़ के बारे में बात करते हैं. From memes to movie shows to TV, जो भी आप सोच रहे हो और जो भी आप देख रहे हो हम उसके बारे में बात करेंगे. And something that we did talk a lot about in our previous episode was Dhurandhar the Revenge. अगर आपने नहीं देखा है तो कौन सी दुनिया में रह रहे हो भाई? जाओ और मूवी देखो, फिर हमारा पॉडकास्ट देखो और बताओ कैसा लगा. And the entire Dhurandhar fever, the Dhurandhar hype is not dying down. It's not dying down anytime soon. From the memes to the music to the scenes, it's unreal.
निहारिका तू मेरा बच्चा है, तुझे नहीं पता अभी it's going to go on for a month I feel.
You know, many brands and organizations like UP Police, Delhi Police, Gujarat Police, all are recreating this meme. Jameel, with the helmet ki, अरे तू मेरा बच्चा है, ये ले helmet लगा ले. So yeah, internet is a funny place.
Yeah, exactly.
Jameel has really grown on me from not liking him when I first watched the film to becoming my favorite character just because of how slimy he is.
But the fact that he is an Indian spy makes him even slimier, even more snaky that way.
I think that's what's endeared him to me now, that he's an Indian spy.
Exactly.
Funny story to share. So the other day my friend asked me, what happens in the climax? Did he die?
Oh.
I said, no, they settle in Vancouver. The entire family, the Yalina.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, that's the
because,
ideal ending, honestly.
I think Canada is mini Punjab and it is also mini India. So I wouldn't be surprised if you find some version of Ranveer Singh and Yalina living there somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, that is the only way the movie can actually have a happy ending family-wise. वैसे तो happy ending हो गई because of course Hamza comes back to India.
हो जाता अगर यालीना और उसको भी लेकर आ जाते इंडिया, कुछ कैसे भी
बजरंगी भाईजान जाएंगे, आप चिंता न करो.
क्या जरूरत थी तस्वीर जलाने की? क्या जरूरत थी?
Why would? Oh my God!
But he hasn't lost his memory. He remembers how they look like. They'll be together.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
When?
Yes.
When? Aditya Dhar. We want to know. When will Yelena and Hamza be together?
You should forget Ashwadhama and next should be a romance, cross-border romance between Hamza and Yalina.
Yeah.
There's also a meme, you remember that lady Seema who had come from Pakistan. So they're saying, yehi Yalina hai.
Oh my God.
सीमा है ना?
Yeah.
अरे बाप रे. People, it's like two different universes of pop culture coming together. Because people want a happy ending that bad.
Yalina landed in Noida.
Greater Noida. Greater Noida. Greatest Noida.
You know, there was this tweet that I read years back. Greater Noida, but greater than what?
Noida.
Noida. Okay, so the other thing that has blown my mind is Dhurandhar's music.
You're still vibing to it?
I'm still vibing to it while I'm cooking, I'm doing my laundry or cleaning the house.
Yeah. I think it has grown on me too.
Exactly. And there's this beautiful melody by Arijit Singh, Fir Se, and I kind of dropped a little video of me singing that song yesterday.
Guys, check out her Instagram. Yes. Check out Shruti's Instagram.
Oh, come on. I'm shy now. Anyway, so there's this rapper Rebel who is making waves with their tracks, Dhurandhar tracks. So I recently found out that she has a BTech degree and she's from Meghalaya. Wow. And she had no hopes that she'll make it this big in the industry, and just thought she'll end up like just another engineer in India. But now the range of her singing, the energy that she brings on the stage is phenomenal. I saw her videos with Jasmine while they were, I think that was the music album launch of Dhurandhar. And I mean, I'm just in awe of her. She's so cute, and you can't even make that, you know, someone with that personality very soft. Soft will have that kind of range in her singing.
That's the beauty of music.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talking about music and talking about the magic of music, something that brought the entire globe together this week was the comeback album of BTS and their concert in Korea. I think it has taken the world by a storm.
Absolutely. I think not just BTS, I think the theme of the week has been comebacks. Dhurandhar came back with the revenge. BTS has come back with a great new album. And Hannah Montana is also back with the 20th anniversary. So I think it is a week of comebacks.
No. As Miley Cyrus said, it's a Hanniversary.
It's a Hanniversary.
It's a Hanniversary. It's not a Hannah Montana anniversary.
Yes, and after you watch Shruti singing that song, you should go and check out Niharika's reel, because she spent all of yesterday just trying to finish her work so that she could just watch the 20th anniversary special.
True story.
And she has surely, did you block your boss? Do they know this is what you were doing? There's a reel, there's proof what she was doing.
Yeah, there's a proof, yes.
Let's not go there.
Watch out for Niharika, guys.
I mean, everyone knows the hoedown, throwdown. I was just singing it while working. I was working.
Did you dance? Of course, Niharika,
Let's not go there again.
I saw so many creators dancing along.
Pop it, lock it, polka dot it, country fire, then hip hop it. Put a hawk in the sky, side to side, jump to the left, stick it, glide. इतना ही रखते हैं बस.
So coming back to BTS, which is a global sensation, so they've come back after 3 years and 9 months, to be exact.
That's a lot for someone who has been wishing and waiting for them.
Yes, that's huge.
That is huge. And I think it's... what is good in this whole situation is that we've seen bands, you know, like One Direction break apart, and their entire, you know, followers, it was a huge heartbreak for them. But even though the entire band had to go their separate ways just for their military training, there was this clear inkling that they will come back and BTS is going to be the way it was, or possibly even better than before they left.
Yeah, but you know, I'm not a BTS fan.
Hearsay, my God.
And these are the notes that I prepared especially for this podcast.
Guys, you've done
because I wanted to be accurate and not make a fool of myself.
I feel I've been studying for an exam just in the morning of it, and it feels like that information is like a sieve, and it's just, I am retaining some is lost forever, but I tried really hard.
Yes.
Guys, see, we did our research, but please, we apologize in advance if we go somewhere wrong. BTS Army, please be nice to us.
I'm new to BTS, so over the last few months I've done a couple of stories on K-pop, and when I spoke to fans, and they spoke of this BTS Army as such a wonderful community, which is based on how the band cares for the members and how the members in turn care for everybody. So you'll find that BTS Army, they actually spend a lot on philanthropy. So they'll raise money for different causes, and even though the BTS Army is not a monolith, right, they're scattered across the globe, but I find it really wonderful how they're united by this one band, and how, thanks to BTS in many ways, there have been other K-pop bands also, but no one has been such a great sensation as BTS.
They have a BTS army now.
Yes. So yesterday or day before, so like I'm sure it's going to be many days since you watched it, but there was actually a live stream of Netflix live stream their first on stage performance, which was done outside a very iconic palace whose name I did try to practice it, but I couldn't pronounce with any accuracy. So please forgive me for that. that. So outside that palace, which is pretty iconic, it has historical significance, it has cultural significance, and their song is called ARIRANG.
ARIRANG,
which
yeah.
is
The entire album is based on Korean culture, and it's like a combination of Korean culture and modern music, which is what BTS is. And I feel it's very beautiful that, you know, their comeback album is based on the concept of Korean culture, because they are signifying that we are still close to our roots. We might be, you know, one of the biggest bands that is there globally right now, but that doesn't mean that we forget Korea.
However, I was scrolling Reddit for BTS and controversies related to them, but I didn't find any major controversy apart from what happened with Japan. We'll discuss
now
it
you
later.
must tell them that it happened in 2018.
In
ऐसे
2018.
गॉसिप नगेट छोड़ के बात ना करना, यही लोग ऐसे ही लोग हैं इनके, कैंसिल करो इनको.
They had a show.
Cancel तो BTS हो गई थी इसके बाद.
They had a show planned in Japan, and there was this public event they attended with a T-shirt, and they had like explosion image on it. Kind of hinting at the
Hiroshima, Nagasaki bombings.
Bombings, yes, World War II bombings, and this pissed the entire Japan and the BTS army in Japan, and they had to cancel their, like Japan only cancelled their show. The organizers cancelled their show.
One of the most interesting things that I came up during my research, I saw so BTS The Return is actually the behind the scenes of BTS. So this album, ARIRANG, so ARIRANG is actually is seen by many on both sides of Korea, you know, the composite nation, as an alternate national anthem. So yes, it's so.
And does it mean my beloved one?
It is.
I
it means many things, but I think it is a call. It's a very nationalistic song. It is a call for togetherness. It is also a reflection of the love they feel towards their fans. So I think it means a lot. And since I'm not proficient in Korean, I don't precisely understand what it means, but these are the themes. And you know, when something is that embedded in a culture, you cannot usually translate it in a different language, but it is beautiful.
It won't do justice to it.
Yes.
But you know, the album is getting mixed reviews.
Is it?
Yeah, mostly negatives.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, from what one of my very close friends, who is like a BTS army fanatic, I mean, army into 10 she is, she told me that she kind of enjoyed, she found a very drastic difference in the kind of music that BTS used to make before they left and then ARIRANG.
So it was not like the comeback album.
Yeah, it was possibly just something new that they put out, and again,
Also, I think it happens because of the anticipation. Like you expect a lot from artists when they are making a comeback.
That is one theory, but if you look at the BTS The Return, they have been grappling with what kind of music to put out since they came back. The world has changed in the 4 years that they were away. All the artists through their solo albums that went out, they've sort of grown in their own right rather than as a composite. So they have come together, and BTS has, you know, it has become a representative of Korean culture as a whole. So there were a lot of members felt that they were not being authentic when they were adding a lot of English lyrics and a certain sort of sensibility. So 14 songs have been released in this album. So the first 7, you know, they're very high energy songs, which I believe are very reminiscent of a BTS vibe. And then the rest of the 7, and the middle song is Swim, which Shruti and I really enjoyed.
Yeah,
and
even I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It has Lily and Heart.
I think that is the best in the
I could only understand that
Again, because
with
it's an
any.
entirely English song.
But it has Korean references, which is a great way to advertise your country.
Yeah.
It's not so I think the people who produce the music on a global stage, so they were nudging them towards a more global sensibility. They want to target more Americans or the English speaking audience, but the band is also not that comfortable in English per se.
Yeah,
so they
only
were worried
RM
about
from all of them is actually fluent in English.
And he
Yes,
said even
them
he
only know a little bit of it, not
RM, I have a story about RM. Do you know he learnt English by watching Friends? Sitcom? Yes, he did.
Oh my God.
Yes.
And I think this is life coming
yeah,
a
this is
whole
how-
circle because a lot of people are learning Korean after listening to BTS songs. So that is so
exactly.
amazing.
Such a
Yes.
massive
My mom, I've talked a lot about it even in our one of our previous episodes. So my mom is, you know, a phonetic K-drama watcher, and it's so cute. She told me recently that she has a notebook which she has kept with her, and every time she learns a new Korean word, she writes it down in it. And I'm like, you don't. I don't expect that from my mother somehow.
Why? She's cooler.
I mean,
I
goes
mean,
without saying,
please.
she is much cooler because
She's
I
the
haven't watched a
OG.
Korean drama. So yeah.
So I was introduced to BTS pretty late in my life. I think it happened especially during COVID with the Dynamite becoming a hit.
Oh yeah, exactly. Dynamite, Butter, and in fact, Dynamite also had there were Emily in Paris. Ashley, Mindy did her own version of Dynamite, and it was amazing. And I think that kind of shows that a show like Emily in Paris doing a BTS song, that in itself is commentary on the fact that how huge BTS has become.
No, BTS, so when they streamed their live, around 18.4 million people tuned in. And you have to imagine that live people across different time zones, especially waking up or sleeping late or whatever, are tuning in at that time to watch BTS live.
And it's beautiful. And you know what? This entire concert that happened in Korea, it was a free concert. It did not have any tickets because they wanted all the BTS people, whether or not, you know, they are able to afford tickets or not, they should be there and it should be accessible to them. And the only way to sort of reserve a spot for yourself was through this a couple of platforms that were reserving your spots, that at least, because it's an open arena, it's not like a stadium, so there had to be some limitations to the number of people who can actually gather there. But that was the only thing, and I felt that was such a beautiful thing because they understand the magnitude of feelings that people are having towards them and to their comeback, and they don't want to limit it to the people who can afford tickets, and it's a beautiful sentiment, I feel.
And I think this new album is actually a buffet. There's a different sort of kind of song which different people would enjoy. So there are 14 songs, you don't need to like all of them, but all of them are united in this idea of, this idea of togetherness, that we are one, we are united, and I think that is the theme that is binding this new album. So we're as excited as the next person. How did you feel watching Miley Cyrus and Hannah Montana come back on your screen?
I was smiling throughout, and I just couldn't stop smiling watching that rotating closet, watching that Malibu beach house once again. Oh my God. I mean, it was a weird rush of feelings, you know. I think it felt eerily similar to the Friends reunion. I mean, the concept was very similar,
Yes.
but somehow usme na, it was not nostalgic. I had watched Friends like 2 to 3 years back at that point, तो वो उतना hit नहीं करा, but the Hanniversary hit really hard because I was like, I don't know, I was 13 or 14 or 15 when I used to watch Hannah Montana, and I was a kid, so of course मुझे lyrics नहीं आते थे, but मैं गाने सारे गाती थी. And I remember I used to butcher the lyrics of Best of Both Worlds, and मतलब I don't think that it was until I really understood कि अच्छा गाने में English lyrics है that I actually googled them and realized that I was singing it really wrong. But it was a very beautifully nostalgic feeling.
It was nostalgic for me also because I think I'd forgotten it after. So, once Taylor Swift came, I kind of forgot Miley Cyrus. And so when I heard that tune, that opening tune with the drums, with the drums. Yes, and it took me back to a simpler time of my life. I didn't think that at that time, but now if you look back at it, it was it was a trip down memory lane.
And talking about Taylor Swift, Miley Cyrus actually revealed that the last song in the finale of the Hannah Montana movie was actually written by Taylor Swift. and this was like a piece of trivia that I don't think was out there in the public until this anniversary episode.
She acted in a movie as Hannah Montana movie as well, and it was great of her to encourage Taylor Swift was up and coming then
at the moment.
Yes.
Exactly.
I have a very weird memory of not weird, but something that I can easily forget, but I haven't forgotten it. So I didn't follow the show, but I was very fascinated with its fashion, the Y2K fashion. And I remember there was this classmate in 8th grade, I used to sit beside her, and she had everything. Hannah Montana
is always
Her
that
bag
one
was,
kid.
Yes.
Yes.
Her
yes.
Hannah Montana bag, pencil box, and there was water bottle, tiffin, everything. I used to judge her like, please, yaar, itna bhi kya obsession hai? And I didn't know that I'll end up here doing a podcast called Casually Obsessed.
She's been judging us since morning. Let's be,
you know
yes.
what? Shruti, judge us as much as you
I
want.
was into
we don't
Taylor
care.
and Rebecca Black. I loved her. And Avril Lavigne. Yeah. I was in that phase even during my school.
I was in all these phases at that time.
I
But
don't
Hannah
think
Montana
so.
was...
Well, for me,
yeah.
for me.
But it is so funny क्योंकि मैंने ये show follow नहीं किया. Still I had a poster of Hannah Montana in my study room. Yes,
Really?
Yes.
Then you're the bigger fan, clearly.
But I don't know that the fact that so many people from the entire journey came back. I mean, I'm a fan of Alex Cooper. She is a great podcaster, in fact, and she led the entire interview. And it just came back, you know, Lily and Oliver, and that first pilot scene in which Miley just throws a pie onto her face to not reveal her identity, but then Lily still ends up finding out that she is Hannah Montana.
And she reunited with Selena also, no?
Yeah, Selena Gomez was there.
The entire closet. I think that was the studio.
Yeah, that was the
the
studio.
studio. Yes, the red. I remember the outfits. Yeah.
So I was wondering why Lily did not show up. I would have loved that.
Yeah, I actually, after it
in the last episode, they go together. She chooses Lily, going to college with Lily instead of a movie. So I thought and she's given a statement
that she was busy shooting one of her other shows, and that is why she couldn't be there. But I feel Lily and Oliver should have been there.
I'm aware of this controversy.
Yeah, I mean, Lily and Oliver should have been there. It was really sad to not see them there. But of course, Billy Ray Cyrus was there, and
it was beautiful because they had been estranged for the longest period of time.
Were they? I didn't know this.
So apparently there was a fracture in the relationship, and then she wrote a song which had a lyric to it. You know, just. It was a piece, and it actually had the words, I think, waving the white flag in it. And he said that this was better than any therapy. Then it was beautiful that they came together, because I think her parents got divorced, and then, you know, there was a bit of distance between the father and daughter.
I didn't know
it was,
And she spoke about her relationship with Nick Jonas and the
Yeah,
other guy.
and even Dylan Sprouse. She said that she was in a relationship with Dylan Sprouse
Sprouse
while Sweet Life was happening.
is Zach from
Zach,
Suit Life.
yes.
Yes.
I had a crush on Zach. I mean, both Zac Efron and Zach. Zach? Oh
Are
my
they
God.
married now?
You're not,
Yeah.
they're married, yes, but Niharika, you're not alone. She also was dating Nick Jonas, and now Priyanka Chopra.
But you know what was beautiful? Rather than making a spectacle out of the fact that, oh my God, she was dating these people, she said it very casually.
Casually, yes.
Because she gets it that it was a part of her past.
Yeah.
These people can be married today, and that is okay, and that really doesn't matter. She said it so matter of factly कि वो इतनी बड़ी बात लगी ही नहीं. She just said that, yeah, I was dating Nick Jonas at the point, and it just made sense.
I felt that this was a whole circle, because 2013 was, I think, the last Hannah Montana.
The show run time was from 2006 to 2011.
11, okay.
But possibly, I
the
think
movie
even
or something.
Even I remember watching it later on as well.
I think she was upset with her being, there was a certain mold she was put into, like the goody-goody child star. Yeah. So when she was growing up, there was a lot of backlash, because once she lost $1 million deal because she was smoking a bong. Then there was other things that I don't feel comfortable talking about on this podcast. She did that, and she lost a part in a movie because, you know, her image was that of a very goody-goody child, and she was growing up and she was experimenting and she was sort of coming into her own. And I think she, and if you'll remember, there was a whole era where she would just take out her tongue.
Yeah, I saw a video of...
They're very provocative pictures like that. She did, I think she did a lot to distance herself from
The
Hannah Montana personality.
Yeah.
And it's so wonderful that this idea of the 20th anniversary came from Miley Cyrus only. And she's now...
Her just randomly throwing it out in the
Yes.
universe. That is
She
happening.
manifested it.
Yeah.
So, but she has reconciled with, she's kinder to her younger self, and she's reconciled with this identity of her being Miley Cyrus, the star, the pop star, the actual Hannah Montana.
Yeah, I think
trying
that
to
is what
balance her
Chapel
life.
Roan talked about
Yeah.
while she was on the anniversary special. I mean, she didn't blatantly say what she was talking about, but she was constantly saying that, you know, you walked that we could run. You did a lot of things so that artists like me who have seen you growing up can actually do their thing the way they want to do it. And I think that's beautiful. And Aishwarya, to the point that you just made, the fact that she has reconciled with her younger self was actually very beautifully shown in a new song that she released at the end of this anniversary, which is, I don't know the exact name, but it's like a song to her younger self, because it is about that and how she is where she is because of everything that her younger self did. You know, 20 years back as a 11-year-old. I mean, imagine 11-year-old. But it's a beautiful song, and it sort of sent me on a, you know, nostalgic memory down the lane. And I was thinking about 13, 14, 15-year-old Niharika who used to sit in front of her TV, sing the wrong lyrics and watch Hannah Montana.
Even back then, you were casually obsessed.
I mean,
See, you were manifesting since 2006?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, something has led me up to this podcast, so I think Hannah Montana has a hand in that.
Absolutely. So thank you guys. It's been great walking down memory lane with you. BTS fans, please tell us whether you liked the new BTS album or not.
And kya hamari research good enough thi?
That I doubt, but just tell us what you love about BTS. And of course, Hannah Montana fans, please comment with your favorite song below.
And keep watching Casually Obsessed with
Me, Niharika.
Aishwarya.
and Shruti.